Welcome back guys, J-Dog here at SeekaHost, and as you can probably tell by the title, today we're going to be going over how much it costs you to start an online store. Now it's hard to pick these days because there is so many options from Shopify to Etsy, you can do it on eBay, you can do it on Amazon, and it's really hard to tell what the best deal is, plus all these places of course are going to charge you extra for the fact that you're using their services, so you're going to get a bigger percentage taken off if you do sell with them, potentially a larger charge if you're going to be doing it per item you might get charged. So you're probably wondering, how much does it actually cost to create an e-commerce shop? Obviously, if you go online and you are looking for somebody to build this for you, this is going to be a bit different. This can go into its thousands, as you might have found out already. You might have inquired about a shop and found out it can cost anywhere between $1,000, $2,000, $10,000, $15,000, depending on how large your store is. And obviously these sort of numbers are going to put you off completely, especially if you're a small business, you've got 10, 20, it doesn't really matter how many products, but you've got some products to sell, however, you just don't have that much money to invest straight away into an online shop. Well, what I think you'll be glad to find out, and spoiler alert here, this is how much it's going to cost, and it really is going to cost you next to nothing. If you already have a website running, it's going to cost you nothing extra. If you don't have a website, it's simply going to cost you your domain name and some hosting. Now, for example, here with SeekaHost, you can get your domain name, and that's ending with .com for as little as $4.49 at the moment, and that's for an entire year. With the recurring years, it only goes to £9, so it's not something that you get a really huge discount on the first year, and then the next years are just like, quadruple the amount or more. You're going to get 50% off your first year. After that, you're not going to be paying £10 a year. It's going to be less than £10 a year that you pay for your domain name for every single year. After that, you're going to need your hosting. Your hosting you can get for one site for as little as £1 a month with SeekaHost at the moment. So realistically, we're talking less than £2 every single month for your hosting. So we're talking less than £2 every single month to have your website completely up. Now, like I said, actually creating the e-commerce shop is going to be free. Now, completely free. Obviously, you're thinking, well, why do these people charge so much? If you can simply create it for free? Well, of course, this is the time that you put into it that they're charging for. They might also have some paid versions of stuff, or, obviously company expenses and stuff like that. This all goes into it. However, if you're building your own shop, your own e-commerce shop, really all it's going to take is your time, some patience, and just the ability to watch some YouTube videos, follow along with them. And not only that, it's not even just the YouTube videos. They've even set up the whole process of setting it up. It's automatic. It follows a guide, basically. It'll run you through one by one. What do you start with? What's next? And then you basically follow step by step. A little bit later on, we will also go through I'll show you what it looks like as well and what we use. And what we're going to be using is a WooCommerce plugin. Now, again, this plugin is free. What happens is when you do have your website up and running, you download WooCommerce, and then that will download any other plugins that it needs automatically. So you download one, it puts everything in there. Or like a package of everything that you need, from your payment methods, mailing listing, like registered forms. You can even create an account on there, so it already comes pre-configured with an account. You can create an account, register an account. And again, I just want to specify that all of this is free. Of course, you do have pro versions or like premium versions of WooCommerce, or plugins that are paid for to go with it. However, primarily, and I've started a few shops with this method, you just use the free method. It's absolutely working perfectly for any payment method, from credit card, debit card, PayPal. And I'll tell you what, it's not actually that hard to set up. I mean, realistically, you can actually, if you've done one before, set one up within 3 or 4 days, depending on how many products you have. Or for a larger shop, you might end up going for a little bit longer than that. But either way, everything is learnable. It's something that you can easily search online. Even when it comes to the little points of it, let's say you're trying to set up the categories, you're not sure how to set up the categories. A simple YouTube search will reveal that information very easily right in front of you, and you don't have to pay somebody. You can simply just follow that along and create the store. Not only that, you simply do get to customize it exactly how you want. Obviously, with the developer, not only are you paying them a lot of money, but you also do have to have a lot of back and forth to make sure what they're building you is good enough, it's exactly what you want, and it's suiting what you had imagined for your website, because obviously it is hard sometimes to get the same idea that you have into somebody else's head for them to recreate it for you. Now, a few more things that you probably want to know as well is the percentages. One thing that you are going to get with WooCommerce, Stripe payment and PayPal, is obviously a smaller percentage taken off for the things that you do sell. For instance, Etsy, they will charge you per product a price and then a percentage as well. The percentage, of course, is larger because they have to run a company. Obviously, you know, they're taking a percentage off people to make money off of this. And also they make a certain percentage off each product. So if you do sell smaller products, unfortunately, you probably will lose out a little bit more because, you know, you're going to be, a larger percentage will be taken, I suppose, of what product you are selling. If it's 20p per product they're taking, or 90p, I can't actually remember the actual rates. It means that realistically you're going to have a slightly higher price product to make it worth it, and then of course the percentage that they take off of you. Same works, you know, with every other platform, because of course they have created a platform for you. Same with Shopify. All that is basically going to do is it's going to create you a website with a shop on, which is something that you can do for much cheaper. Now, obviously, I looked into it. My partner has her own company or her own shop that she does online. And one of the first ones that she looked at was Shopify. However, they're for the smallest package that you can get. So for the basic package, you're going to be paying £30 every single month for primarily what you can just build yourself with a free plugin. Now, if you're wondering when I'm saying plugin, what is a plugin? A plugin is when you do start your website, you have a plugins section, and this is simply something that you can download different plugins that give you different features. One plugin might give you a form, you know, it's all sort of different features that you get on WordPress. So one might be a form, one might be a membership plugin, one might be a different way of displaying your gallery. And all we have to do is just download one, which is called WooCommerce, and it does all the rest of it for us. Realistically, there's nothing super hard about setting it up at all. Obviously I've done this a few times and I've had a few practice goes as well previous to the shops that I have built, and really the only thing that it does take you is time, because everything has been simplified. Like I said, it's a step-by-step process, so you're going to be going step one. Once you've done that, you know, put your products up, you know, what your site, your payment, everything like that. And sometimes that can simply just take time, listing your products, getting really nice pictures, figuring out the prices, doing sales. But it certainly beats paying up to £10,000 for your site. Alright, I mean, if you value your time, £10,000 is a lot of your time, which you could be spending making your own thing. Of course, at that point, your expenses will be much less. You won't have the overheads of thinking, I've just paid this much money on my website, I need to, you know, get it back, stressing yourself out about it, because realistically, you've just put in your time. This can be done in the evening. You could set a few days apart every week, or maybe even one day every week that you set free just to work on the site. And I guarantee you, it'll be much sooner than you think that it's actually coming together and you can start selling on it. I've used the payment methods myself. They are very easy to set up. WooCommerce also has its own debit and credit card, which actually charges the smallest percent, is 1.7% of the products that you sell on there, plus an extremely small fee per product. I think it's something like 20p or under 20p. Stripe the same, it's only a few more percent. I believe it's 3 to 4% they take from a credit card or debit card. However, Stripe's a very trusted and working method. We've got our payments through there just fine. It also gives you other very cool options like Buy It Now, use Google Pay, Apple Pay, and other methods which they give you for absolutely free. Of course, you can choose more than just the credit, debit card, and PayPal. However, they do come with different percentages. They also have some other country-based payment methods. One that might suit Poland most, you know, like they have like the most used payment methods in different countries, and then you can also choose to add that as well, and if you accept it, they all come with different percentages, of course. However, the main Stripe, WooCommerce payment, and PayPal are going to take just the smallest percentage, because it's just that they're taking. It's not that and the service of somebody else having you on their platform like Etsy or Shopify, where they've helped you create a website. So I'm not going to lie, it's quite interesting, especially as a newcomer to the game where you haven't got that much money, but you do have more time to spend on your business, and you want to start marketing, you want to start selling elsewhere, not just from a physical location. And there's no better place than getting on the internet where anybody can access this. So let's get on the computer and show you a little bit how it works on the back end of a e-commerce website. So let's get logged on, and this is one of the sites that I just started up lately. As you can tell, obviously you've got your products on here. This can be displayed in whatever way you want. Obviously this is more of a gaming website. However, it can be displayed in whatever way you want on here. You can have your categories popping up. You can have an account where you can check out your past orders. You're able to set variations and stuff like that, whether you have small, large, different colours, add to carts, got fully usable carts. And again, I really can't stress how free this is to use, apart from actually getting your website and the hosting. The actual plugin is completely free, what I used here. No paid plugins have been used. Obviously, I've added it to my cart. You can go ahead and view that. You can make changes. You have a full checkout here. You can calculate different shippings. Obviously, here you might have a shipping for small boxes, large boxes, extra large boxes, all of this can be configured. You got a full checkout area, and like I said before, the payment methods as well. You have either your credit card, debit card. If they prefer to use credit cards through the Stripe system, they might trust that a little bit more. You can choose that, or you do have other systems as well. If I go to another site that I've got, as you can see here, you can set different variations. Once you've done that, you then get a few more payment methods. You can do through PayPal. You can also do pay later, which gives you like a, you got to pay it in like 3 amounts basically over a short period of time. You can go simply buy it now, click this button, and your remembered information on the device will buy it straight away, no having to go through the cart and the checkout. And as you can see, it all looks very professional. You get all of the information that you want. You've got a rating system as well if you want to review the products. So let's go into the back end and take a little look at how this is set up, how you can do this yourself. So realistically, anybody can do this, even with a very small amount of knowledge. You will get run through it all. If I go to WooCommerce, hopefully it will still have the main screen of which you run through when you first start up. So as you can see here, this is how you start with WooCommerce. You start with the store details. You go through the store details, you fill that in. You go and you add your products. You set up your payment, you set up your tax, and all these really is not so hard. Your tax, if it's 20% that you pay tax, you just put 20%. You can put it for all areas. You can put different countries, different percentages. You can set up your shipping, so then you can choose whether you want a small, large, medium package, how much it's going to cost the customer depending on the package. You go ahead, personalize your store. You can even add this straight to Google listings and ads, and this is completely free. So once you have created your shop and then you sync it into the Google listings and ads, it means that it will show up on Google when people do search for products. Again, completely free. These people charge a lot of money for this sort of service when you're using stuff like Etsy and Shopify, because they know that people don't realistically want to spend all this time doing it. However, all that it is they have done this already, and you're then using their platform. So stay one step ahead, do it yourself. Now if we go over to products, and we'll go to all products here just to check out how this of course is laid out as well, because you're going to want to know how your products are laid out. And you've got everything from stock management as well. If I scroll down a bit, you're going to see that we have all in here. We've got in stock, but we've only got one of each. You can choose whether you just have one, whether you have 10. It will then also tell the customer if you're running low. If let's say you have 50 of one product and then you get to like a 2 or 3 threshold, it will let the product know. It will literally come up with a message saying your product's just about to run out. Setting up your product, if we just go to edit over here, is again super easy. It's just a matter of filling out the information, much like you would like in eBay. I list on eBay too, and all I have to do is once I put it up on eBay, just copy the information over and it works precisely. You got your, the name of what you're selling here. You got a long description. This works very well if you use stuff like all-in-one SEO pack, because you can then add in SEO information into the product as well. Make sure that you're, really maximizing your website. If we come down a little bit here, you can see that we can have a price, a sales price. Is it going to be taxable? The tax class, because you can change tax classes here. From your inventory, I've got this ticked as only one to sell at a time. However, you can have a managed stock. You can have it whether it's in stock. You can change the threshold level, and if you click this, it will also, you can add how many you actually have in stock, and it will keep a very good count of that. For shipping, you can add in the weight, dimensions, and the shipping class here as well. As I said earlier, you can change this. I've got 3 at the moment, so I've got small box, heavy package, or game casing. So this one comes under the heavy package. It's going to cost a little bit more to ship, so they're going to be paying that, and I can choose this very easily from this menu once I set it up. You can go ahead and link your products. You can have upsells, cross sells, attributes here once you do create attributes, and a really cool method of doing this is actually setting up something called the G Swatch, I believe. It's a variations plugin, completely free, and it gives you the most excellent service of being able to add different variations, even with pictures. You might want to have large, medium, small. You might want to have a picture to indicate that instead. All of that can be set up quite easily. It then works with WooCommerce, so you can simply just go to import. It'll import them all for you. Now, if you go down to advanced, you can add purchase notes, the menu order, whether you want to enable reviews on the products, Google's ads and listings. Make sure this is synced up once you create it, because of course, who doesn't want their product showing up on Google as well? And without anything that you have to do, put in information here so they know what it is. But that's about it. More information, these are different other plugins that you can download. Some of them are paid, so that's completely up to you. Underneath here, we've got the short product description, and then obviously uploading your images, your main images, your product images as well. Setting up a nice sort of category system's all very easy here. Having like, your main category of cameras, then you have like child categories like recording cameras, vintage cameras, and stuff like that. And that all works really well. And realistically, you can set up a product. It really depends. Maybe 10 minutes, depending on if you have all the information there, how much information that you want to put. update it, and then that will appear in all the right sections. One great thing, we'll get to payments and stuff like that in a second, but however, if I go onto the homepage here, you can see that it also allows you to put the categories up, so you don't have to create a page called Hot Wheels and put the products on there. You can simply, when you're creating your menu, just select what category of products that you want to show. So if I go to Xbox One here, it's not an actual page, it's a category page. So as soon as I add something to this category, it will get added to the page as well, automatically, because that's in the category. You'll put all your categories in depending on your theme, and I do suggest if you are running a WooCommerce shop, just checking out for one that's compatible with WooCommerce, because people make very well built themes to go along with WooCommerce, because they know it's quite popular. You know, you can search for your products right here, you can go through the categories right here. It gives you a very nice analytics thing here, which will actually tell you exactly how many people have viewed and how many products have been viewed, how many page views you got, your orders, net sales, and all of that information is going to be stored here for you. Obviously this is quite a new shop, so I don't really have much data to show you. You're going to have mail poets, so you can organize your emails, response emails, what emails happen with what. You can create new forms, newsletters for subscribers. You've got some WooCommerce forms as well. But anyway, without getting too technical, it pretty much will add everything onto your website that you need to create a very valuable store. You can then go through one by one and obviously, you know, develop it, edit it, make it your own. And then in no time at all, you're going to end up with a fully functional shop that people can go ahead, they can shop for stuff, you know, get it delivered by you. Payments are safe, they take a very small percentage, and they get pretty much straight to you. There is a pending period when you first get your payment, especially when you first started off, just to make sure that there is no refund or anything like that. Once that's gone, it goes straight into your account, easy as that. You're making money, and who doesn't want to make money? Everything is fully functional as you would expect. It's got, you know, especially if you go for a theme that supports WooCommerce or e-commerce theme, you can see they've already got pre-built stuff like this, so you can go check out. You know, it's not something that you have to go and program yourself or get an extra plugin. A lot of these things have been added into the actual theme itself, making it much more easy for you to just put in your information, or sometimes it will just show up automatically. So one extra thing which I found also really good on this is that if you go to my account and you don't have an account, you can actually go ahead and create an account with WooCommerce. You don't need to make a membership plugin, a login plugin, anything like that. They can simply register with WooCommerce. What that then will give them is their own little profile that they can check orders, past payment history, change their payments, and everything like that, and that is all built in. So whether you're selling fancy press-on nails, gaming, or vintage cameras, you're going to be able to do this for the cheapest amount possible by just getting your own website, downloading the WooCommerce, following the steps, and just creating your own site exactly how you want it. I can't stress how easy they've made this, and it really is suitable whether you're a beginner or an expert. It's going to save you a ton of money, and you've got your shop online now. So thanks for watching. We will be looking to make a tutorial into actually creating an e-commerce site soon. So if you haven't subscribed already, go ahead, subscribe now. You'll get a notification, or it'll pop up on your time feed somewhere. When we do have it out, follow along, and then you can go ahead and create your own e-commerce site. So thanks for watching, and we'll catch you next time. Bye bye.